Christian Family Radio, welcome into Money Mindset every week on the morning show, helping you to see money as a tool, not just a goal, with our friends at Lock Shield Partners. Hanging out with Clark Hayden and Clark. Budgeting, we know it's important. It's one of the main ways that we can be, financially set and successful. But sometimes it just seems daunting to even figure out, where do we begin if we've never set up a budget before?
No doubt. I think, before we even get to that piece of it, I think you're right, Derek. Daunting is a good word to describe it.
Yeah.
You think of budgeting and you think, gosh, well, it seems like a lot of work to track everything and to line out a plan for everything. And there's a lot of, you have to roll up the sleeves to do that. It's not super easy, especially if you're just starting out. But I think on the surface level, I like the way that Dave Ramsey kind of approaches it, or the way he describes it. He talks about budgeting essentially as giving every dollar a job.
That's a good perspective.
That's really what it comes down to. And when you think about it that way, it gets a little bit easier, I think, to put your mind around the importance. Because what happens if we don't give a dollar a job? It's probably going to walk away.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
And it's not going to get used very wisely.
It's probably not going to get used very wisely. So, so when it comes to budgeting, I think I like to think of it as a financial roadmap. It's simply a guide for what is important to us financially this year. That's really what it comes down to. And so it's totally fine to include things like vacations or Christmas or your retirement accounts or payoff of debt. Your budget is totally up to you. There's not an exact rule about here's exactly how you should line out your cash flow for the year. It's completely up to each household. So I think a good starting spot for folks who maybe have never done it before, start with your income. Simply write down, how much income do I have coming in every week or every 2 weeks or every month or whatever the frequency of payroll is. And then simply back off from there. Start with the expenses that come out every month, the mortgage or the rent or the utilities or the car loan or whatever the case may be. Start with the non-negotiables. Then you back into the more variable expenses like groceries or gas or car maintenance or whatever. And then you can add in other things as well. One of the important points that always sticks with me is pay yourself first. Your savings or the increased amount that you're paying off on debt, that should be a line item in your budget.
Because I know a lot of times we think of that as kind of, we've got a few dollars left this month. I guess we'll put this away in savings.
The typical American way to do it is to live first and then save and give what's left over. Usually we're not going to have anything left over if we do it in that order. We really need to flip that, give and save first, and then let's live on the rest.
All right. To get some more help when it comes to budgeting as you're starting 2025, head on over to our website, ChristianFamilyRadio.com, or visit our partners, LockShieldPartners.com.